Right now, globally, women are experiencing grief. Women are not only grieving the fairy tale of love that we were sold our entire lives by men, because the fairy tale of men loving us and believing that has caused a lot of men to have access to women who probably wouldn't if it wasn't for this fairy tale love that was made up. Love has enabled a whole lot of men who don't deserve access to women to get access to women. So women are grieving this fairy tale love that doesn't exist, this love that we were sold, this whole lie in society that men have sold us. But that's not all that we're grieving. We're not just grieving the fairy tale of love that we were sold, that we've come to find out is not true. Because ever since 1974, when women had the right to their own bank account, the only thing keeping men in the game is love. Because women don't have to stay with a man with money when they find out he's a pedophile or he's abusive or he's a cheater. Women can make their own money now. So if it's not love, women don't want it. And women are starting to realize that just might not exist. But you know what else women are having to grieve because of men? We're having to grieve some of our daughters and sons, their innocence being taken by grown men. We're having to grieve our children's innocence because grown men are targeting children. So we have to grieve. Some of us have to grieve our actual children because men are unaliving them. Some of us are having to grieve the loss of our children and the loss of our children's innocence because of men. A lot of us are grieving our childhood because of a fucked up father or a mother who chose this fairy tale of love over her children. We're having to grieve that. We're having to grieve our fathers, period. Because a lot of us don't know that motherfucker. I know mine, and he ain't shit. I wish I didn't know him. Then there's women who are grieving their sons who are going to prison, who are getting unalived. We're having to grieve our loved ones, literally in life and death, because of men. Some women are grieving their daughters because a man unalived their daughter. You know, domestic violence. We're grieving the loss of our children. We're grieving the pain that our children have to endure because of men. A lot of women get pregnant, get married, and think they're going to be a big happy family. They're grieving the family that they thought they had. They're grieving the fact that now they're going to be considered a single mother, which is now unacceptable in society. They're grieving the fact of the failure. Their family's a failure. They're grieving that. They're grieving the present father that they thought they were going to have by their side to co-parent and help raise their children. They're grieving that. They're grieving the idea of a father being involved at all. Some women are having to grieve their sons becoming rapists and pedophiles and child traffickers and unalivers and very bad men. Some of these men even end up unaliving their own mothers. It's a whole lot of grief. Not just the grief of the reality of relationships and love with men. The reality, not the fairy tale that we're sold. The reality, but we're also really actually grieving. There's a lot of death and loss that is being caused by men to women and children. Women are grieving a lot because of men. And with grief comes a period of bereavement, which is sadness. Comes with denial too. You know, the pick-me's are gonna be in denial for a while. And some of the boy moms too. And then it comes with anger. But eventually it comes with acceptance. And a lot of women are reaching the point of acceptance. And men don't like that. A lot of women, we've already grieved you and your existence.